Hello, my name is Ashlee and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Ethan Klein, and is he the person behind the New York Post's latest hit piece on Hasan? So there is this hit piece that came out about Hasan from the New York Post, and they literally had a drone over his house and essentially doxed him. And in the article they mention that someone that Hasan used to work with gave them all of this information. So of course everyone thinks it's Ethan Klein. I also think it's Ethan Klein because he literally posted about it on Instagram after this came out. So we're going to get into that today. But before we get into it, please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Please subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with some shirts of my kitty cat Nala. She needs mouth surgery. She's probably going to have most of her teeth pulled out. She came from a hoarding situation, so I don't think she ever got the care she needed. And it's going to cost like $2,000 or more to get her teeth taken out. So I'm gonna try to sell some shirts with her pretty little face on it. I have some ideas. I just need to finish them. One's of her napping, and then I'm gonna put professional napper, and then one of her just meowing and put professional yapper. And then I have a couple other ideas. She's really cute though, so you should stay tuned for those. Anyway, that's that. Now that that's over. Yes, please subscribe and all the things, and let's get into this craziness. So recently Hasan has been pretty much the person that everyone's been going after. He actually his visa just got revoked to the UK. That happened while I was out of town. I went to, oh no, it's the other side. I went to Colorado. This is my little shirt I got in Colorado. Anyway, so while I was in Colorado, his visa got banned from the UK, or he got his visa taken away from the UK because he was going to go to South by Southwest. Jank also got his visa taken away. And something interesting and this is very interesting to me because it's funny because a couple days ago I had a video talking about Hasan and the free speech, and how even if it was someone I didn't like, I wouldn't want them to be treated like Hasan is currently being treated, essentially not really having any type of free speech, and just continuously getting continuously getting targeted because of his speech. And I will say, yeah, I don't think Jank, I think Jank should have been able to talk wherever he was going to talk. Okay. I don't like Jank. He's not my favorite person in the world, but his visa should not have been revoked. And they literally and now they're calling them anti-Semitic for saying that it was because of their speech on Israel, even though the government essentially admitted that it was because of their speech on Israel. So it doesn't make any sense. And now everyone's like, oh, they're anti-Semitic for saying that, even though it's literally just what happened. So yeah, no, I don't like Jank, but I don't think he should have got his visa revoked. And so there's just so many things going on right now. And I guess Ethan Klein thought it was his time to get some kind of, I don't know, payback or vindication, because everyone has been going after Ethan Klein this whole time, and everyone has been looking at Ethan Klein like you're crazy. And he has not, he looks like the crazy one in this situation. And the more he looks like the crazy one, the more that Hasan looks like the sane one, the crazier Ethan gets. And so now that everyone is kind of after Hasan, he's like, oh, this is my time. This is my time to shine. So I definitely think that that's who they're talking about in the New York Post article. I definitely think they're talking about Ethan Klein. I don't know who else it would be. But yeah, so let's get into it. I have a couple different clips of Ethan Klein and what he said and Hasan, and let's get into it. All right, so really crazy stuff. So this is what Ethan posted. So he said, finally, an article that approaches Hasan's creepiness. She did a very good job. And so this is the article where they keep mentioning that they got this information from a former co-worker of Hasan, okay? Interestingly enough, Ethan Klein decides to post about it. And the reason he's saying finally an article that approaches Hasan's creepiness is because Ethan, every single time that Hasan had a glowing review in a magazine or in an article, he would lose his shit. He would be so upset and be like, why can't people see the real truth about this guy? And so now he's like, oh, this is such a great article. She did a very good job. So basically, this is what the article is about. Hasan's Piker's seedy sex-obsessed life, soliciting nudes, list of best breasts, and a separate top 4 corn. The separate laptop to me is honestly not, I don't think that's that big of a deal. All of this is not I don't know, soliciting nudes. I don't know how true that is, but if it's people don't want to give them and then you keep on them, that's not good. But I don't know. I just don't think that this is overly horrible. And I just, it to me, and a lot of people, because Hasan was talking about it today, were like, there are so many other problems in the world. This is what you're focused on. It's kind of like Graham Plattner, with whatever sexting scandal. Apparently he sexted people while he was still with his wife, and she's still with him. And yet this is supposed to be some big controversy, and it's I don't care, honestly. I don't care that he sexted people, okay? I don't care. Is it cringy? Yes. Do I care? No, I don't. I don't care. And it's so crazy to me because Republicans are so incredibly degenerate. Republican politicians and media personalities are so incredibly degenerate. Most of the people in the cabinet of our government right now have sexual assault allegations. Okay, most of the people in power and in our government are in the Epstein files, right? And don't even get me started on Donald Trump. And so it's so weird to me that now this has to be, oh my God, can you believe it? Nobody cares. Nobody cares because Republicans and conservatives are so incredibly bad that this looks like nothing. It's nothing. And so it's crazy. But this person said Ethan Klein banned from celebrity poker for being a weirdo creep to women, and now he's sharing NY Post articles. I didn't know that he got, I haven't really been keeping up with Ethan Klein all that much, but I didn't know that he got banned from celebrity poker for being a weirdo creep to women. But it's also okay, you're married, Ethan. Isn't that worse? You literally got banned from somewhere because you were being a creep, and you have a whole ass wife and kids. Is that not worse? Crazy. Okay, so, and then the same person, Gato Famente, every anonymous quote you used is from the same freak. Okay, so they're talking to the person who wrote this article, and and like I said, in that article, they kept saying, oh, his coworker, oh, this person he used to work with, this person he used to collab with, and I swear, who else would it be other than Ethan Klein? There's no one else that would be, but let's watch this video and see. Okay, so this is what it says. It says, when he's not railing against U.S. imperialism, showing his support for China or Cuba. You know what's so funny? I was talking to my dad the other day, and we were talking about watching travel videos and stuff, and he was talking about how there are cities in South America and how there are cities in China that are just so incredible, and they look so high tech and incredible compared to America. And yet, in America, we're consistently told that we're the best to ever do it, we're amazing, and blah, 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 nobody can do it better. And then you look at these other places, and they're doing it better, you know? And so to sit here and be like, oh my God, he supports China is just so crazy to me that people are still on that people are still doing that. And that's what they're trying to do with the data centers too, is they're like, oh, China's gonna be better than us. And it's like, yeah, they already are. They're going to outpace us. Yeah, they already are outpacing us when it comes to technology and a whole slew of other things. And so it's really ridiculous that we have to keep using, oh, China's going to do, outpace us. Yeah. They have. They have. Like, where have you been? Anyway, or saying he'd vote for a terror group Hamas over the Israeli government. Piker solicits nudes from his female fans. According to a streamer he previously worked with, pictures he apparently reveals and showing off to others. Hasan said this is not true. I don't know. But let's listen to where this came from.
Yeah, but he's a scumbag misogynist. He's disgusting, actually. In fact, he solicited nudes from fans. I've got the receipts. And then,
if he has the receipts, then I would like to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to say you have the receipts and then you're actually going to give it to the New York Post. First of all, the New York Post should have the receipts. They should have asked for the receipts before even publishing it. But I doubt that that's what they did. But yeah, it's just silly.
Ludwig, on 2 separate occasions, Ludwig and I think it was Mizkiff saw nudes of girls on his phone. Yeah, I've got receipts for all of it. He's not that fucking great of a guy.
First of all, where are the receipts? Second of all, like, listen, people have their issues. Not everyone is perfect. I am not a perfect person whatsoever. And, you know, not that if this was real, I would like stand up for Hasan. If this was real, I'd kind of be like, yeah, that's a little suspect. But the only reason, and you can see the reason that Ethan is doing that at the end, the only reason that Ethan is like, see, he's not that good of a dude. That's the only reason he's doing this, is because everyone sees him as the crazy, obsessed dude who's going after every creator, who's suing every creator. I have a post about him suing Noah right now. And so he's going after all these creators. He's literally like, his wife was just in Israel talking about how everyone's partying and having fun while they're literally committing genocides. And she's like, oh yeah, everyone's partying and having fun. Do you think Palestinians are having fun? Do you think Lebanon is having fun? Do you think that they're having fun? Like, it's disgusting. It's disgusting and it's despicable. And because people can see that, and because people can look at things and say, yeah, I don't know, man. I think ignoring a genocide, I think going after every single person who is pro-Palestine that dared to criticize you online, and now you're going to sue them, I think that that's worse. I think that makes you look like a pretty bad guy. And I think that makes you look really horrible. And so now you have to sit here and you have to make others feel miserable too. You have to go after others and make people think that, oh, that person's bad, or they need to feel miserable too, because you are the bad guy and you can't come to terms with it. Ugh.
Ladies, he's actually a disgusting frat boy who slept with 1,000 or, well, hundreds of women or something like that.
I don't care. Like, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. I don't care. Like, how many other guys do that? I don't care. I don't care. It's like, I don't understand this kind of, I just don't understand this kind of argument. Like, whether he did this or not, whether he is a creep or not, I don't know. Whether he is or I don't personally think he is, but that's just my personal opinion. If Ethan really does have the receipts, I would love to see them, and maybe I would change my mind. But I just, when fascism is literally taking over, and him and his uncle are getting their visas from the UK revoked, and you know he's getting subpoenaed, and so is Code Pink, I think that there are things that are more important in this moment. And I think that there are things that impact everyone in this moment. And instead, you're trying to discredit him while he is trying to stand up to the fascism, right? And again, like with all the Kamala Harris influencers and stuff, and being like, oh, laughing that Hasan was getting subpoenaed. Again, Ethan, like, he is on the internet too, and I understand that he's kind of trying to go right wing or whatever. I don't even know what he's doing. Like I said, I don't pay attention to him anymore. But if he thinks he's gonna be safe, he's also wrong. Like this, like I think a lot of people don't realize that if we don't have free speech anymore, that's not just a small group of people. That's not just the Hasans and the TYTs, you know, even though they're right wing. And I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not just those people. It's also people like Ethan Klein. It's everyone. They will come for everyone. And I think far too many people don't realize that is like literally in our future. That is so tangible right now. And yet everyone is not acknowledging how bad this is and how scary this really is. They're not acknowledging it. And instead, they're talking about stupid shit instead of realizing the actual like life or death problems we have right in front of us. It's
going to be fun, guys. It's going to be a good time. So.
God, he's such I hate him. Okay, so this is the one. This is the one about Noah. So Ethan says his lawsuit against Noah Samson is accusing him of being anti-Semitic. Ethan Klein is just a terrible little bitch. Okay, he really is.
Has a responsibility to at least be intellectually honest about who David Irving is when somebody brings him up. I think that's a bare minimum.
Well, especially when you're fundraising for a lawsuit where you're being accused of being anti-Semitic.
Right. Has a responsibility to at least be.
I hate Ethan Klein. Like, yeah, so he's literally suing Noah right now. And I also don't like Dan either. Because it's like, you know, Dan portrays himself as this like leftist. And yet he has enabled this man. Okay, he has enabled this man. Who cares? That's not what this is about, but I just had to add that in there. Okay, so this is the same person, Gato Fomente. I'm sorry if I'm saying that name wrong, but thank you for going through all of this. Okay, actually, even more hilarious, it appears Ethan Klein is the source of every single anonymous quote in the NY Post hit piece he's hyping. Absolutely deranged. Okay, so it says, okay, off camera, he's stiff and impersonal. I can't tell how much of what he says he actually believes. He definitely leveraged it to creep on women. A former pal told the Post. Pal. First of all, pal. Also, I think that's just like, okay. And I've said this before. I sometimes when Hasan, like, I like watching his commentary on things and I like watching his political opinions and stuff like that. But when it comes to him going and doing like in real life stuff, I am not as big of, like, I don't watch that all the time. And it's because he is a little awkward, okay? And the reason that I have problems watching it is because I can also be awkward. Like, I am also neurodivergent. And so when I see him being awkward and neurodivergent around people, that makes me have like secondhand like embarrassment or cringe because I'm like, oh my God, I would probably act the same way and I know how this feels. And like, and so I like he does act like that sometimes and it's very obvious, but I don't think it's because he's just like a bad person or because of whatever. I think it's just if you're neurodivergent, I think you understand that concept, you know? And it's really funny that he's like, oh, a former pal. So this is the picture of his house. So this is the actual like article. So it says, so it says Hasan Piker's seedy sex-obsessed life, soliciting nudes, list of best breasts, and a separate laptop for corn. And you know what's so funny is like every other guy does this. Like, well, maybe not every, but like most other guys do this. I feel like this is not untypical for most men. But you know, I'm not a man, so I don't know. I'm just going from experience. And also, this is his house, and they literally like took a drone over his house and are like essentially doxing him. And so also, who believes the New York Post? I just want to put that in there. Like, who believes the New York Post? The New York Post consistently lies all the time and consistently dramatizes everything. And do you know who created the New York Post? Alexander Hamilton. Okay, so this is so funny. This has nothing to do with anything. It just reminded me. I'm a Burr truther, so I really do like Hamilton, but I need to do more research on Aaron Burr, but I was watching this one video one day, and they were talking about how Aaron Burr did have views, and they were actually, I mean, not leftist, because that's not how that's not how they considered parties were different back then, but he had more of what we would consider like leftist kind of views. And that's why they were going after him. And like, that's why he didn't like Hamilton. I don't know if that's true, but I'm a Burr truther, and yeah, I'm a Burr truther. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so this is the same video where he said that Hasan was posting nudes, but some right-winger was like, Hasan Piker, the communist darling of the left, is a scumbag misogynist, according to his former co-host. Ethan Klein and Piker previously co-hosted Leftovers, a political and pop culture podcast. Klein says Piker solicited nudes from fans that he has the receipts. He's not that effing great of a guy, ladies. Okay, where are the receipts? Where are the receipts? Like, I want to know where they are. He keeps saying he has receipts. I don't see receipts. Did the New York Post ask for receipts? Because that's what they're supposed to do when they get allegations like this. Do they have receipts, or did they just post this shit because Ethan Klein said it was true? And I believe that all of these quotes are from Ethan Klein, 1000%. YouTuber Ethan Klein of H3 Productions reacts to Twitch streamer Hasan being blocked from entering the UK and blaming it on Israel. Ethan calls out Hasan Piker for his provocative takes, while Hasan is happy to avoid the responsibility for those takes. Oh, okay. Ethan points out the UK is simply pushing back on extremism on both sides by blocking people from entering. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it's so funny because wasn't Ethan Klein one of the first people who got, because he's the one who like essentially like was fighting for fair use in the beginning on YouTube. And now look how far he has fallen. Now look where this man is at. Now look where he's at. He's like, oh, I'm happy they revoked his visa for his speech, for his Twitch VODs. Ridiculous. Like you are just a shell of a human being. You are a shell of a human being. You have no beliefs, and all you want to do is just get back at people that you perceive as backstabbing you, or you perceive as like effing you over. Even though you are just not a good person, and that's why people don't like you. Ethan Klein
blamed him electrocuting his dog on Israel. He said it was an Israel psyop.
Right.
So they're quick to blame everything on Israel, but
that is why that is why that's why his visa got revoked. That is also why Jank's visa got revoked. What?
The people lobbying to get him banned were for sure pro-Israel.
Yes.
But I really think that this is a bit of an abdication of responsibility. I mean, the guy...
Abdication? Dude, look at you. Look at you. Abdication of responsibility. Look at you. Look at you. You sat here and you didn't go to Israel with your wife. I think you didn't go to Israel with your wife because you knew what it would look like. You knew what it would look like. And you knew the shit that you would get because your wife's getting shit right now. But what do you mean? When have you taken responsibility for anything? Instead, you just want to sue every creator that criticizes you.
Guy goes online and, he's not just critical of Israel. He has expressed support for a lot of terrorist organizations and violence against people, against sitting members of the United States Congress.
He's talking about Rick Scott, and Ethan Klein is such a piece of shit because he has literally talked about doing violent things to many people all the time. All the time. Like, Ethan Klein's almost like his whole entire life is like online, okay? And so all of his past comments, all of the shit that he used to say is still online. It's still online. And he said some pretty heinous shit before. And he knows he was joking about Rick Scott. And he brought it up disingenuously because he knows what it sounds like when he's like, God, I'm just so worried. Like, he supports terrorist group and he really wanted to like hurt a member of Congress. I mean, God, I'm just so worried. Oh my God.
That's right. And here is, and like the Japanese former prime minister, and the UK actually listed their explicit reasons, which I can read to you. Um, let's see here. What was the third one? There was three.
So because of his speech, they shouldn't let him into the UK. So like, so you're just a fascist. So like, you're just a fascist. Like that's just what you are, Ethan Klein. Which is probably why you're so pro-Israel, because you're just a fascist. You're just a fascist.
Statements that were explicitly cited as reasons. One of them was his recent statement that Israel is 1,000 times worse than Hamas. Not the IDF, by the way, Israel. The country is 1,000 times worse than Hamas. Now listen.
It's the reason Hamas exists. The reason Hamas exists is because of Israel's genocide and occupation. If they didn't create an apartheid, there would be no Hamas.
That is a controversial statement.
So he should be banned from entering a country? So he should be banned from entering a country. How does that make any sense? But that was it. That's oh God, I hate him so much. I just hate him so much. I really do. And so everyone is going after Hasan right now. And I think that corporate Democrats, and I think that conservatives, and I think that a lot of the pro-Israel lobbies and PACs are doing double time right now because they see what is happening in this country. And they see that the Democrats, not the politicians, but the actual voters, don't... the actual voters don't want this corporate bullshit, right? And they want a free Palestine. And I think that their only tactic, the only tactic of those in power, the only tactic of those who are pro-Israel and who are getting money from corporations, their only way to handle this now is just to attack. And it's not working, which is why I think they're getting increasingly desperate. Because, like with Graham Plattner, a lot of news, a lot of media has asked Maine voters, are you still going to vote for him? And they say yes, because they're all of this controversy that people have been going after. It doesn't matter. We have a president that is literally in the Epstein files. We have a president who has been liable for sexual assault. We have a president who says insane, deranged shit on the daily. And you want me to get mad at someone else. You want me to get mad at someone else who actually is standing up for what I believe in. No. And yeah. I just, it's about time that we fight fire with fire and stop sitting around and trying to be the nice ones, and stop trying to everybody has to be perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? Does that mean you should trust someone like Graham Plattner? No, I'm not saying trust him. If he gets into office and changes his tune, then yeah, of course, we would need to hold him accountable. But I think the day and age of, oh, is this person electable? Or, oh, is this person, do they have a clean slate or a clean record or whatever the hell? I think those days are over. That's over. Because we have had people like Donald Trump in office. Because we have had people like Marjorie Taylor Greene in office. Because Spencer Pratt is running for the effing mayor of Los Angeles. And when you have people like that who are literal lunatics in our political system, you look at someone like Graham Plattner, you look at someone like Hasan, who, yeah, they probably have, they're not perfect. They probably have done things. They're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. And people look at that and they say, okay, well, they're advocating for things that I believe in. They're advocating for me to have a better life. So I'm still going to go with them and not listen to all this bullshit, because the people spewing the bullshit are the same people who don't want regular people to live better lives, right? And so I just think that's where we're at. And I think Ethan Klein is I don't know. I think this has backfired. Like, if like a lot of people are frustrated or mad at the New York Post that they like essentially doxed Hasan and took a picture of his house. Like, a lot of people have been like, yeah, that's not okay. Like, I don't like Hasan, but that's not okay. And so I just think that I think Ethan Klein is digging this hole deeper for himself, and I think there is a change coming, and I know a lot of people are black pilled, and there's a lot going on, and it is scary times right now. But I also think that most voters are done with the same old, and they're done following the corporate Dems because it hasn't worked. And I think that there's a lot of people in power who are recognizing that and are scared of that reality coming to be. And this is how they're trying to stop it. And they're doing it to multiple different people at the same time. And I don't think it's going to work. That was the video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and all the things. Yeah, I need to still catch up on, there's so many things I need to catch up on. I need to catch up on Dave Rubin and Jubilee. I think I'm going to watch, I want to watch like all of it, but it's kind of a long video. So I might do that on my next live. And then I still need to watch Sam Cedar and Julian Michaels. And so I will do that also. I just don't know when. But I need to do both of those things because both of those things are really exciting to me. And I've seen some clips of Dave Rubin and he looks so stupid. And that's really fun for me. So, yeah. So I'll get caught up in all of that. But yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.